We shot that sequence for a while and everybody was walking nobody was walking in a straight line after a day on that plane.
It's the biggest show in the country. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down. And get your family out of Slumside for good.
Director Edgar Wright is known for his skills in editing and scoring films. Have those skills influenced a regular day on set for you?
Well, Edgar Wright is known for his needle drops. The music that's within his movie. He's got one of the best, music tastes out there. I don't know if you've ever heard any of the lists that he sort of does at the end of the year, sort of these music wrap-ups. They're so cool. And he's just one of the coolest directors out there, a guy that has his finger on the pulse of what's new and fun and how to kind of evolve with the times of filmmaking. He's using every tool at his disposal to make this as exciting as possible for audiences. But, some of the needle drops in this movie are just like really fun and unexpected. A lot of soul and Sly and the Family Stone, even Tom Jones. It's like it's a different kind of movie, and that's what makes, an Edgar Wright world so fun for audiences to exist in.
Don't you get it? This game is rigged. Back at you.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, the star of the first film adaptation, appears on the $100 bill in the movie. Now, I just saw a video in which you and Edgar give Arnold one of those bills in a supersized version.
Yeah.
If you could get a souvenir from this movie in a supersized version, what would you choose?
Wow, that's a great question. I got to keep my suit from The Running Man. That was pretty cool, but it's my fit, it's not supersized version. What else did I get from the movie? The world that, Stephen King sort of envisioned, back in '82. We're here in 2025, and obviously the world that, of The Running Man looks different, but it feels eerily similar, so the currency that you're talking about, Arnold Schwarzenegger's on our $100 bill. We got a ton of familiar faces, presidents that aren't on our currency but exist in this sort of new dollar world. But I also find that what's really fun is Edgar even conceptualized, how the cars exist in the world. They sort of are like old cars are kind of refitted with like EV technology, and how you have these sort of batteries exist on throwback cars. So there's this sort of retro futuristic thing happening. So yeah, I collected a lot of fun props in this movie. It's a very great props department.
They're here.
Michael Cera's character is so happy when his little Home Alone tricks work on the intruders. How tempted were you to activate those traps yourself?
I mean, what was so fun is Michael Cera, I got to be a part of a great reunion. Edgar and Michael, they worked on Scott Pilgrim vs. the World long time ago. This was when Cera's 21 years old, and now he's got, 2 kids. It's just such a different phase of his life, yet they're kind of finding each other in this, like, one of my favorite sequences in the whole movie. I mean, when you get to watch that sequence with audiences, it's just such a blast. It's like a rock concert. That I think that's, like, for me, kind of the wish fulfillment of Edgar Wright, which is like you get to see how intense and violent that sequence is, and also you're smiling ear from ear. It's just like the best. It's so fun. So yeah, that was a blast to shoot.
There's a fight in an airplane that is crashing. What was it like to shoot an action scene that is partially taking place in zero gravity?
That was intense. I will just say that set was one of the craziest sets I've ever seen in person, because it's all on a giant tumbler, right? So the hydraulics, if we're in a fight scene and that plane banks, there's hydraulics that literally shoot everyone to the side, and it's violent, So the funny part is, the thing that you're not seeing on camera is an entire crew in the back of that plane also going on the same ride that that Ben Richards is going on, and everybody would leave the set at the end of the day. We shot that sequence for a while, and everybody was walking nobody was walking in a straight line after a day on that plane. It was very intense, but you know, the plane could do it all. It could drop, it could spin, it could roll, and that was a hard sequence to shoot, but I think one that makes it feel very unique, you know?
I'll be honest with you. I can't just let you win this game.
What the hell is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.